Hey ladies, welcome to your new week and your new dose of Monday motivation. Do you ever find yourself saying something like, oh my gosh, when I stop traveling so much, I'm going to be happy. Or when he does so and so, or something, I'll be happy. Or when this happens, I'll be happy. Well, I was in a group of women. I was basically running a workshop for working moms. Say hi when you join, by the way, as usual. It's always so good to know who is watching this. And let me know what you think in the comments. Share this if it's helpful. I was speaking to a group of working moms recently. I was running a workshop for them. And I heard comments like that all the time. Like, when I'm not so busy at work, I'm going to be happy. Or when I stop traveling so much for work, I'm going to be happy. Or when I can travel a bit more for work, I'll be happy. Or when I can go to my kids' games so I can take some videos like all the other mums do, I'll be happy. And there was this general feeling of stress among working moms, dissatisfaction with things going on, feeling guilty that you're not doing a good enough job as a mom or good enough job in work. So they're guilty at home because they're like, oh my gosh, I'm not doing enough in my workplace. And they're guilty at work because they're feeling like, oh my God, I don't spend enough time with my kids. So there's all this feeling of stress, dissatisfaction, guilt, just so many things weighing these women down. Well, for me, that broke my heart. Just in case you don't know who I am, you're new to me. My name is Maxine Nwaneri. I am a life and career success coach for ambitious working moms who want to have it all. They don't want to be feeling guilty. They don't want to be feeling stressed. They don't want to be feeling dissatisfied. They want to really thrive in the work that they do. They want to make an impact on the world through their work, but they want to have a life. They want to enjoy their time with their family. They want to have a fantastic relationship if they're in one, and they want to have things in their life that are just for them, where they're actually enjoying their lives. They want it all. For me, that looks like, monthly travel, incredible times with my husband, and a fantastic career I love. And there's all of these things that we want, but the truth is exactly what I just described. Most of the time, women are feeling guilty, this whole mama guilt thing. They're feeling dissatisfied, and they are feeling like, oh my gosh, there's just so much stress. And when I get to this point, whatever this point is, you fill in the blank. When this bloop happens, then I'll be happy. Well, today I'm going to change all that by giving you your next step. If you've ever thought, when bloop happens, I'll be happy, here's what you need to do. The thing is, that stress, that dissatisfaction, that guilt, there's a root, there's a reason for it, and you've got to get to the root of it. For the women that I work with, a lot of the time, it's a case of they're not spending enough time with their family. They feel like they're working so much, they're traveling so much, they're doing so much, that they feel guilty. So you want to get to the root of that guilt, or you want to get to the root of that dissatisfaction, or you want to get to the root of that stress. And then the second thing you want to do is really cast a vision. I talk about vision all the time because it's so powerful. It will move you. When your vision is so much bigger than fear or whatever it is that's holding you back, it literally pulls you forward. You want to get a big vision. And then sometimes women say to me, when I have that vision, it's so huge and it's so far from where I am right now. And it kind of then gets them thinking, oh, when I'm in this big vision, then I'll be happy. Well, I want to speak to you about how you can be happy right now, regardless of how big your vision is. And I hope your vision is big. My vision is huge, really, really huge. So when you have your big vision, for me, I'll give you an example. When I went back to work from having my daughter, I went back from maternity leave. My big vision at the time was I really, really wanted to be helping people all around the world. I really wanted to make an impact in lives all around the world. So that was a huge vision. And I remember going back to my job thinking, oh my gosh, I am so busy all the time working. I am stressed. I am not doing what I want to be doing. This is so huge. How am I going to step from this into my big vision of impacting people all over the world? So I want you to get to the point where you have a vision that you have no idea how you're going to step into, because guess what? When you're at that point, you're not supposed to know how you're supposed to step into it. You're supposed to know just the next step. And for me, my big vision was impacting people all around the world. What's the summary of your big vision? Take a moment now and figure out what's the summary of it. Is it helping people around the world? Is it traveling more? Is it traveling less? Is it whatever it is? Summarize it into one line. And I know it might feel like it's a little bit far away, but I guarantee you it's not. Because a lot of women feel like, oh, it's so far away, so they do nothing, and they spend year after year after year still in the same position. When you have your one-line summary of what it is you want to do, I want you to take another moment and think, how can I start doing that now? Whatever that big vision is, summarize into one sentence. Ask yourself, how can I start doing it right now? Because typically people feel like, oh my God, this is so huge, I can't possibly ever step into this. But the truth is you can. I'll come back to my own example. I wanted to, when I got back from my maternity leave, I wanted to impact lives around the world. I wanted to speak to people, to help people. I couldn't really do that from my job, also I thought. But when I had my one line, like I'm asking you to do, it was, I want to help people all around the world. So in my job, where I was feeling like, oh my gosh, I'm so busy, there's not enough hours in a day, I was feeling like, I asked myself the question, how can I help people all around the world right now? So I was like, oh, I'm actually in a global company. There's people all over the world. I can help them. So I started to look for ways in my current situation, exactly where I am, so exactly where you are, you can start to look for ways that you can start living out your big dream. Just move this out of the way. So you can start living out your big vision that's summarized into one line. So for me, that looked like reaching out to different colleagues all around the world and helping them. For me, I love to speak. I love to do these sorts of videos to reach people around the world. But actually, it started when I was working. So when I said to myself, how can I help people around the world? How can I impact people? How can I speak? I'm an international speaker now. I literally travel all around the world. I was speaking in Barcelona, Rome, London, different places. It started from that place when I was working as this mom with no hours in the day, thinking, how can I speak? How can my words go around the world and help people? So I was like, well, I can do videos. So I literally started, I was working for the general manager at the time. I encouraged him to start this video series that would go out monthly and literally help people all around the world. So I started to live out that big vision right where I was. So I want to encourage you to do the same, because that big vision that we think, oh my God, how in the world am I going to step into it? Chances are there's a way that you can start now to live it. And you know the incredible thing, once you start to do that, more and more things, you're stepping into your zone of genius, you're stepping into what your soul is calling you to do. You're literally, your soul, I believe, has a purpose. Your soul has a calling. And a lot of the time women are stressed, they're dissatisfied, they're feeling guilty because their soul is calling and they're not answering. Or when you hear your soul's call, you think, oh my God, this is so huge, how can I do it? You can start right now. What's your one line? And how can you begin to apply that one line right now? For me, it was like, I'm a full-time, wife. I'm a full-time mom. I'm stretched too thin. I don't want to be doing this. I want to be impacting people around the world. And I figured out, how can I start impacting people around the world right now? I wanted to speak. I wanted my words to literally go across the globe. How can I start doing that right now? In this age of social media, you can do that right now if that's your desire. So I want you to really, if you're feeling guilt, if you're feeling stress, if you're feeling dissatisfaction, listen to your soul. What is your soul calling you to do? Summarize it into the one line and figure out how you can start doing it right now, because it's possible. A lot of people are waiting for when the stars line up and when everything falls magically into place and then everything will work out right and then they'll be happy. That doesn't happen. You create it, and that's a wonderful place to be in. You don't need to wait for everything to line up. You can line it up by starting right now to answer the call of your soul. Figure out, what is that thing that you want to do? Help people around the world, be less busy, travel more, travel less. What is it? And start doing whatever little piece of it you can do right now, because you're powerful enough to figure out the next step and take it. So that is my motivation for you this Monday. I really want you to ask yourself, what is my vision? How can I summarize it into one line? And how can I start doing it today? That is exactly how I have literally, with God, co-created my life, where I am so blessed to be living out my life's calling, my life's purpose, in a way that feels incredibly amazing, because I spend the time I want with my husband, I spend the time I want with my kids, and I feel zero guilt when I'm with my family about work, and I feel zero guilt when I'm working about the time I haven't spent with my family. And there is nothing more special about me than you. You have the power to go create that. So I encourage you to figure out, what is your big vision? Get it down into one line and start doing that one line in whatever way, shape or form you can right now. And just you watch what incredible opportunities open up. I couldn't have dreamed the kind of opportunities that really opened up for me when I started to live now the vision within my soul. So that is possible for you. That is available for you. I am a strong believer in women really thriving, both professionally and personally. And it starts with listening to that huge vision within your soul and doing whatever you can to take the first step today. And you can do that. I believe in you, and I am here for you. If you need my help with any of this, send me a PM. We can jump on a call and see if we can help move you forward. So have an incredible week. Let me know what you're up to. And yes, all my love, all the best. Go for it. Your soul is calling. Answer. Take care. Bye.